Hey there, mateys. That's me, Pirates of the Caribbean Film Series here, and today is Movie Madness to be continued, The Curse of the Black Pearl, COTBP, and the Movie Madness, and today it should be about continuing to those stories, and it should be continued as Jack Sparrow, Will Turner, as taking up, going up with Ancient Dauntless first, and just after the walking just as slowly, and just to be can unfortunately just climb up there with a net, and what the ship does, and he tries in an invader does about it. He might be in a state lower to look upstairs. Everyone, take calm. Looking at the ship, I avast. So funny. What's gonna happen? So what's gonna be steal the ship? As he says, son, I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. He click on his flint pistols. Tries to run down the boats. Panic, and the porter, the crew, and soldiers, and let Theodore Groves just look. Theodore just looks under the steel of the ships. May Commodore just looking for with a spyglass, and Gilla was panicking. It was a very important emergency. He was just stealing the ships. Sparrow the Turner was rushing through the Dauntless. He was gonna stole his Dauntless and was stolen a big ship. He was Rush Turner. Here's to Rush. He was doubtedly and the worst pirate I ever been an adult. I wasn't gonna heard of it. The interceptor arrival here, and he was bringing the rope, and he was hiding. With the British Royal Navy crew just finding his own, finding them what's happened, and he swing down the ship, tries to get the borrowing, tries to get the tried to borrow this interceptor to going to the seven seas to the ocean, and Norrington just looked back behind. He was stealing the interceptor. Now, the guy was swinging, almost going down. I was swing down to the interceptor. He swing down the water, and he arrived at the ship. Tried to gunshot and say pew, 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 with a Revolution War soldiers just shot at him with shot in the ship. He ran out for the guns. He probably did most of half of the living in the ocean and mostly half of the pirates. He had no idea he has the boats on it. He returning to the Dauntless on the torch destroying the boats. So there was in the scene, and with the ocean and the ship, the ocean and HMS Interceptor, Jack and Will just those long stories of looking for his father. Will Turner's father has Bootstrap Bill Turner, as known as well as mentioned of Stellan Skarsgård as Bootstrap Bill Turner. He was literally just transformed for the seven seas, as the name knows as a dead man's chest, as in the mocking their words as Davy Jones' locker. Jack knows about his plan. He was certainly most of half of Marauders to be in as the Buccaneer, be as about this ship, and he knows to find out. He knows how to find out for those that are deep in the water. He was not the pirate. It's not his. He maneuvered under the wood ship, and the wood ship set back sail. Whale's almost getting a weak groaning. He maneuvered back to the ground in the wood. He points the sword. He give it to this. That's as Tortuga does. Well, just as tonight on the island, when the Tortuga pirate and party and those are the women and men just started up just fight for it in the party fight, and just walking through this on the boat, and shows us and showing about the woman's as she knows about she is in great meanings. She's Scarlet. Her name of her, she slaps on it. She slapped Jack, and the gazelle. And the gazelle walks towards the gazelle, and slaps it 2 times. And slaps it again. She made him observe that, and he splashes the water that the farmer the pig. He splashes the farm with the sleep of the pig, and Mr. Gibbs woke up. Catch the breathingness. And the guys are you idiot. You know, sometimes it's just literally just looks like to be friend Jack Sparrow. That's where he wakes up, and we're at the table in the bar, and Jack and Gibbs just needed to go into the Black Pearl. As the dead man telling the tales at the Black Pearl to the first time. It seems about a lot yesterday from the Port Royal, as the skirmishers are from, as knows the attacks, as the city. As the day the cursed human, as returning to the storm, he does cares about the Black Pearl as the curse sails. I was in the Mets too before, and the Wizard again the Mets. And he met the wicked wretch, as to the cursed, as he knows his galleon at the type of the ship. The ship has learned about it be a lesson about the Black Pearl. He's been there about 7 years. For 13 years. As knows it was as 13 years. He's been captain about for 10 years and being the son of that. And it's just his proposal due, as their proposal. On the night that they sailed the 7 seas, when the curse of the ship was underwater, it was a smoke and fog. And Elizabeth stays in the cabin, and until we get to arrive in. He was dining with the crew. He was dining to get them to make some of the dinner, make some meat. To make her hungry. Geese and the meat on it. When the cooked pig, just like the chicken, and she must be hungry for any time, and she's eating drumsticks just with the turkey, and he eats the bread with the biscuits, just like the biscuits, and he tries the wine with the red. The green one should be about the apples. They have no one else it could be do with, and no one else it could be that someone else. Here is the cursed apples. Didn't poisoned. He wasn't poisoned. He has an idea. He was an immunity to poison. The apple should not be the poison. He eats well. He eats like the cured. When the monkey just Aztec gold. And he was messed up from her point about 10 years last. I think we have very moment. I have ever forget about it. Some things about what he do with them. He tastes like the apple. He tries to get the knife, cover it with its napkin. She knew about long stories what is gonna happen. She has chased around the table, tries to stab it with his blood on her chest. Was it being cursed, based immune? He tries to escape outside from the cabin. When the cursed skeleton pirates just curse out, just scaring away out the outside the deck, the mutiny, the up there from the maneuverability. He tried to swing around, trying to swing up there around the sails. As noticed I swing around, just came down out there, just metaphorically, it tries to crack with this crack under his neck. He cracked back in. He was a certain mutant. He ran down and downstairs to hide. When the monkey was skeletal too, tried to screech at her. She stopped by Barbosa. The moon was rising before his interest in working with the mutiny. She was too long about to hear one of those humanity. It was been emotional, be exhausted, frustrating. She in wine, and she drinks the wine with the juice, tries in the water, tries to throw into the glass, tries to slam on the cabin's door, tries to laugh on all of it. He says, "What do you like at that? Back to work." He's going back to the mutiny's working outside, just as night. He joins panic hide and seek. He has been unintoxicated. So today, as the joining for the crew as HMS Interceptor, as he knows about Marty, Cotton's para, he didn't talk to them. He didn't talk to Cotton in that like that. His tongue is broken. His tongue is being cutted. He speaks talking like with the parrot by a parrot. A girl joining in the crew. She's slapping him for the first time. He said he stole her boat. He was just slapping her 2 times. And here's a better one. He literally just saying anything. She didn't do anything. He gets another one, and she will get another one, and there should be welcome there to the interceptor with the ship from Tortuga. In the stormless night, when the hurricane just is raining just on the storm at 7 seas, when the lightning goes out, he literally just flood all over the ships in the mutiny. He tries to sails to be moving on. In maneuverability, it takes longer than that, about a few years. It takes a long about. We catch it up for to the Black Pearl. He catch it up for Tortuga. He catch it up for Isla de Mata. That's what he forgets. Committees, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Send alerts to the type of alerts www.com.org. Simon Perry on Pirates of the Caribbean film series. SimonPerry.us. Televan side is Majaganaris, Big Butter, Jordy Starbugger, Kid Behind the Camera, Man in Corn, Bridget West, Juliet Riley, Pizzacca Dad, Larry's Lounge, and the Anchor Grandpa Shows. Derek Diesel Daily, Space Jams Gardens, Cuban Guy, The Cuban Guy Live, Nest Boog, The Boog Show, Bro Squad, Ragging Dad, and Creed. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, find situation like gaming channels, Jugger Stores, Cocker Talk, Cocker Stores, Play Stores, and member. So, send the internet today, Tamalel. So don't forget, keep rich middies. I will see you in the mall. And remember, Tamin Tusock. Now I've heard of you guys before. I will see you guys soon.